What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we have another ranking video. I'm going to be ranking the top 10 Canadian players in the NBA based off of this season. Not last season, not potential, this season. And one thing I noticed while I was making this list is that the future is bright for Canadian basketball players. I mean, Canada has so many great young players that are Canadian. And I just wanted to make a ranking video about this. So let's get right into it. We obviously have a couple honorable mentions. We have Khem Birch, Dwight Powell, O'Shea Brissett, and Tristan Thompson. Now, it's not that these guys are bad. They all excel in something. But the top 10 that I have are really good Canadian players. So let's get right into it with number 10, where we have Kelly Olynyk. Now, Kelly Olynyk, I made this list at the start. I didn't make this list. I made another Canadian list at the start of the year, and I didn't have Kelly Olynyk I had him in the honorable mention section, but I didn't end up making the video. Fast forward to trade deadline, he gets traded to Houston, and Kelly Olynyk's really shown his value on the Houston Rockets. Elite shooting for him, not elite, but he's been a great shooter. He's been just their leading scorer, their number one scorer on the Rockets. Not that the Rockets are any good, but yeah, Kelly Olynyk, ever since traded to Houston from Miami, has been amazing. He's definitely deserving of this top 10 list. The only thing that doesn't make him higher is the fact that his playmaking and his defense for a power forward or / center, it should be a little better. I know he's a bit shorter and his shooting is above average, but Kelly Olynyk at number 10. And yeah. Number 9, we have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Shay Gil Alexander's cousin. So Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I never really saw him as like a role player. I didn't think he was gonna really. I saw him just as a role player. I never thought he could be a starter. Never thought he could be like this and that. But he's proved me wrong this year. He hasn't been starting, but he's shown this year with improvements in his jump shot and finishing that he is deserving if he can start. Like, the Pelicans can arguably start him over Eric Bledsoe. I would too. But yeah, Nickeil Alexander-Walker has proved me wrong this year. He's been playing amazing, cousin of Shay. You'll see where Shay is soon. But yeah, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, number 9, proved me wrong this year. I see nothing but improvement for him in the future. Number 8, we have Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark has been starting most of the season. He's been starting most of the season, coming off the bench a little bit too, due to the Jaren Jackson Jr. injury. It's kind of been him and Kyle Anderson switching off starting roles. Again, his power forward, shooting for like a big man is above average. His defense is a little bit underrated. It's a little bit below average, but what makes up for it is his shooting, his ability to get to the rim and score with ease, his dunking. Brandon Clark is number 8 on my top 10 Canadian list. Number 7, we have Dillon Brooks, staying in Memphis here. So Dillon Brooks, I wanted to rank higher because if you know Dillon Brooks, he had a great playoffs against the Utah Jazz, leading scorer for almost every game. He's really shown his ability to start over, because Memphis has like a whole cluster of shooting guards. They have him, they have DeAnthony Melton, they have Grayson Allen, they have Desmond Bane. They have a lot of shooting guards. And ever since this guy was drafted and went to Memphis, because he was drafted by Houston, but once he went to Memphis, I knew that this guy was going to be good. I really had a good feeling about him. And I think that this playoff run, and even just the season in general, I know he lost in 5 games, the season in general, he's really shown that out of those 4 shooting guards, him, Grayson Allen, Desmond Bane, and DeAnthony Melton, that he should be starting out of those 4. He's been playing amazing this year, and yeah, number 7 for Dillon Brooks. Number 6, we have Lou Dort. And I was arguably going to put him higher than somebody, and I'll get to him later. But I wanted to talk about his defense first. Lou Dort's defense has been amazing. He's shown that he can guard LeBron. He put his hand in his face. Like, his on-ball defense and his defensive strategies have been amazing this year. The only thing is that his offense is below average. I know he's fixed up that jump shot and he can shoot a little bit more. There was that one game where he had 42 points. But at the end of the day, you still don't want him being your second or third option as a scorer. And if you're a player, you have to kind of be that in order to be good. So if Lu Dort worked on his offense a little bit more and paired that with his great defense, this man would be amazing. But for now, number 6 for Lu Dort, great year for him. Number 5, we have Andrew Wiggins. This might be a little bit low for him, but Steph Curry, I've brought this up so many times on my channel. Steph Curry's been a one-man show this year, and they've been double-teaming Curry, and then that's how the Warriors would lose, because they had no other options. And as for me, I expected Andrew Wiggins to step up, and when Curry passes to him, he hits the open shots. His defense has been great, and he's had his moments this year. But I just really need him to fix up that jump shot a bit and maybe work more of his all-around game as a playmaker. Because, like I said, you would double-team Curry, you would win. Because they had no other scorers. I kind of needed Wiggins to start hitting more shots when Curry passes it to him and be more of a second option in order for him to be higher than the 4 I have ahead of him. Still, though, I like how Wiggins plays in Golden State. I think this is a great fit for him after leaving Minnesota. And I think he can progress nicely with Steph and Clay. And even Wiseman if they keep him. But yeah. Moving on to number 4, we're at our top 4. We have Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher, he started off this year amazing. He started off looking like a 6th Man of the Year candidate and Most Improved Player candidate. In his second game, he got like 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 blocks. Chris Boucher, for a skinny guy like him, he's still a great shot blocker, a great interior defender. He's even good guarding the perimeter. Like, I saw this stat that he's contested the most mid-range shots and three-point shots out of anybody, even more than guys like DeAndre Ayton and Clint Capella. So Chris Boucher defensively has been amazing. And offensively, too, he's shooting about 39% from 3, which is amazing as a center when you think of guys like Drummond and Capella and Gobert, who don't even hit threes, and guys like Bam Adebayo and some other centers that shoot like 20-30%. 40%, and it wasn't like he's been getting big minutes. I know he's been a 6th man, but he's been getting more minutes than his starter, Khem Birch. But yeah, Chris Boucher has proved everyone wrong this year. He slowed down at the end of the season, but then all the Raptors did. Raptors didn't make the playoffs. It sucks, but Chris Boucher has had a great year. He's already 28, but I think that there's still more room for progression for Chris Boucher. Great year. Let's move on to our top 3. Number 3, we have R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett's been another guy. I really like the way R.J. Barrett played in his rookie year, but there was one thing that I really didn't like from him. I didn't like the fact that he would be so inconsistent. Like, his first year, he was like a 30-something% shooter. And as a guard, or like, you can't be doing that. Like, I really hope that he would be more consistent, become more consistent. He was also very inconsistent in his rookie year. So 2 things I was looking for him was efficiency and consistency. And he's done both of that this year, averaging 16 points a game. I'm not sure where he was shooting from the field, but I know it was above 30%. So yeah, R.J. Barrett, he's improved a lot. And this year, besides Julius Randle, he has led this Knicks team to the 4th seed. Great year for R.J. Barrett. Yeah, his defense is nice. He's a 3-way scorer now. His three-pointer's been getting way better. And yeah, top 2. Number 2, we have Jamal Murray. And I think Jamal Murray, if he hadn't went down with that torn ACL, he would have... Oh, also playoffs doesn't matter in this. He would have been probably number 1, but I don't know. It's arguable. Jamal Murray averaged about 19 points. He wasn't even 20 point per game, but that's fine. Still great playmaker. The pick and rolls with Jokic are so deadly because if Jokic gets open for 3, you got to go guard him, and that gives him an easy lane. But then if Jokic goes to the paint, he can either throw a lob or just like pull up mid-range floater. But yeah, Jamal Murray has had a great year. Obviously wasn't as good as his bubble performance, but still a great year. I know his scoring went down a little bit, but you have the MVP on your team, so why don't you just step down and pass a little bit? He has been doing that. Great year for Jamal Murray. It sucks that he was torn with his ACL. He went down with a torn ACL. Otherwise, the Nuggets could legitimately, I'm not even joking, could have beat the Suns and probably made the finals. But hey, that's basketball. Great year for Jamal Murray. Still super young. And yeah. And the best Canadian player of the 2021 NBA season is Shay Gil-Alexander. Personally, I really like Shay Gil-Alexander, the way he plays. Somehow he managed to get 6 assists on this Oklahoma Thunder team, which, spoiler alert, isn't very good. 26 points a game for Shay. He shot above 50%, 40% from the 3. He's really shown his value on the Thunder. Like on the Clippers, they weren't the best, but they weren't terrible either. He was kind of just decent there. That was more Lou Williams taking over. But on Oklahoma, even last year, with guys like Chris Paul, Danilo Gallinari, guys like that starting to take his touches, he still managed a way to find average 19 points a game. And now you lose all those guys. You lose Chris Paul, Steven Adams, Danilo Gallinari. You lose all those guys. And now you have Shay Gil-Alexander averaging 26 points a game. Again, I really like Shay Gil-Alexander's game, the way he plays. And if you put a good team around this guy, I think that he can legitimately be a number 1 option and you guys can still win. He's not like a guy that can't really be the 1 option in order for wins. I feel like he can be a number 1 option and still win with a good team around him. So Shay Gilgeous is number 1. And that's going to wrap up my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below what you would change. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.